Cadden. Here is Skill 1 Contextualization. So the three consecutive events that I chose was formation of the Ku Klux Klan in 1866, the ratification of the 14th Amendment in 1868, and the completion of the Pacific Railroad in 1869. All of these events combine to exhibit a great example of manifest destiny, which is how they all connect. Manifest destiny, though, is essentially the idea that the American people are inherently superior and they have the God-given right to expansion, not only of land, but also of ideas. So, the first event, the Ku Klux Klan. Ku Klux Klan is basically an organization which believes in white superiority. If you look back to around the 1860s when the Ku Klux Klan was being formed, you would see a very different composition of what makes up the American people. To these people, the American people would exclude women, probably, and it would exclude black people. So when you thought of the American people, you could essentially genuinely, honestly think that the American people constituted just white males, which is what the Ku Klux Klan is really fighting for in this instance. So the Ku Klux Klan is a organization which fights for the solidarity of white people. They fight for they want to have an organization which shows that the white people are better, that they are genetically superior to other people. So if the American people are essentially just white males, then they are literally the exact best example of what manifest destiny is, where it's an organization essentially set up to show that the American people are essentially, genetically, in every way superior to other peoples, other races, other genders. So that would be an example of manifest destiny. Secondly, you have the 14th Amendment. 14th Amendment is the amendment which gave all people, all citizens, life, liberty, property, protection in those three things, freedom in those three things. These three things are not things that are given to every person born into this world. It's very unique to first world countries, and at this time, very unique especially to America, the United States of America. So you see other nations which aren't giving their people these rights, so the American people have heightened liberties compared to other nations such as maybe communist Russia, where people do not have right to freedom of speech and they do not have right to property. So the American people have these ideas which set them apart in a way that they have the ability to innovate better, because they have these rights. They have all these rights where they are able to innovate faster. They're able to become more socially innovative. They have more advancement of civil liberties, and this really creates a vicious cycle, essentially, where the American people take these amazing rights that they have to innovate further, to get to the place where they are able to go to other countries which do not have these rights, show them these are the rights we have, and look how far we've come. They show them these rights, and these people, either through whatever means, are able to gain these rights after the American people show them these rights, and they take these rights and they become inherently better by innovating, and they become better socially from the ideas that the American people brought, and at a point they're at the level where they're able to spread their ideas of innovation and social innovation as well, and they can take these ideas and spread it to other countries. So you have a vicious cycle of manifest destiny where the 14th Amendment actually allows for manifest destiny to be spread from the American people to other peoples, and so on and so on and so on. So, yeah. Thirdly, you have the Pacific Railroad, and the Pacific Railroad is possibly the most concrete example of what Manifest Destiny really actually means. So the Pacific Railroad connected the two oceans, but it wasn't only that. It also provided a link of trade, commerce, and travel. So this way, new ideas and new philosophies and new innovations could travel from side to side of the country, providing a more connected country where ideas could spread. And then you have also a connection of product. So you have new products being developed, new technological innovations being developed all over, and you can take these innovations and you can spread them from one side of the country to the other side of the country with really easy means. But really, when you get down to it, it also exhibits the American people's belief in their inherent superiority, where they can build a naturally devastating man-made object through someone's ancestral home, and they can say, "Sucks to be you, it's our right to expansion." So they really gave no attention to the Native Americans when they built this railroad. They thought that this railroad is okay to be built. They genuinely thought that it was okay for them to put this huge, like, definitely hurtful to these Native Americans, because it would bring people with the railroad. There would be stops made along the railroad, and those stops would provide pioneers, abilities to get off the railroad, abilities to expand further up and down America, to find secluded Native Americans who have existed in solidarity for probably their entire existence, and you can get rid of that, and then it can be like, okay, I want to build a farm here, it is my right to build a farm here, and the Pacific Railroad really ties into that. So basically all three of these ideas really add and make up what Manifest Destiny means, which is the American people's inherent superiority and their right to expansion of land and ideas. So, there you go.